Hello. I'm here to talk about my art process for this artwork that I just recently made, and I hope that people can find this useful. It's actually my first time adding a voiceover in my drawings. I'm not really used to adding a voiceover, but I think it'd be nice. I think it'd be cool. I could give it a try. So, yeah. So, let's start. I start by doing the sketch actually, and I don't try to overdo it because it's just a sketch and everything can be done in rendering, for me at least. I think it's much better to have a rough draft rather than an actual full line art on the start, because it not only takes so much time, a lot of details from the line art can be removed when you actually render it in the way I draw, I mean. So it's very not that detailed. I just put some eyes, face, and yeah, very simple stuff. So after the sketch, I actually do the rendering immediately. I don't like doing line art because it takes a lot of time and I like to make a lot of mistakes, and with line art you have to be very careful with your strokes, unlike painting which you can go wild in. So yeah, I start by doing the values by using the grayscale method, because I feel like I can concentrate more in giving information this way, unlike mixing it immediately with coloring, which can be a bit distracting because I like doing details, and adding color immediately makes me lose focus on more important stuff, like example the values, like I said. And as you can see, I actually redid the face a couple of times, and I think that's actually really nice because I allowed myself to make mistakes, and I allowed myself to fix those mistakes, and that's how I actually learn. I learn along the way. That's why I didn't like too much planning in the sketch, because there is no attachment to the sketch. So I feel like letting it go is easier that way. Also, do you remember that when you do it like this, always duplicate the sketch or the thing you're working on, the grayscale, just so when you redo it, you don't need to redo a lot of things, which is really nice. When working on clothes, I normally check Pinterest. I have pin boards for everything. It's actually really helpful. But I did this out of memory or out of imagination of things I would wear, because it's my Sona and I thought that it'd be a cool challenge. And it actually turned out pretty okay. It's not too grand or anything, but I think it looked nice, something I would wear every day, and I think it's good. I think it's good. It's not that bad. And I'm actually trying to learn doing more clothing, uh, because I really like fashion. Even though I don't plan on being a fashion designer, I think it has a lot of impact, it has a lot of personality, characteristics, and I think it's a good way to represent a character, and I'm trying to make the character look shy, but at the same time, like, rough around the edges, and I hope I managed to capture that. But yeah, I think it actually went pretty well despite being unreferenced. And folks, always use reference, because as awesome as it would be to immediately be able to draw from imagination, your imagination is just a blur. Without reference, it won't really be coherent. Yeah. Also, you can see me flipping the canvas horizontally so often. That's because to see that if I made any mistakes. Because when you're so used to one side, you fail to see that maybe there's something wrong. So people or artists I know always flip their canvas to check whether the proportion is right, the measurement is right, the pose is right, etc. After the rendering part comes the coloring part, which I think is the most fun for people. In here, I actually didn't use a palette. I normally don't because I like experimenting, but I think it's good to have things planned for your art. Just don't overcommit. But yeah, I just made the colors up, as you can see from the shoes. Sometimes I made it white, sometimes I made it pink, sometimes I made it black. And I think that I chose the colors I like the most, that work well the most to me at least. It's really a balance of values, because colors, they actually have their own values, which is a really cool discovery I found just recently. And with that, this piece is done.